Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel TCher Syed 2020. Today we are going to talk about tripod. Don't worry, this is not a movie making video or a video that teaches you filmmaking tips. We are still talking about English. Okay, writing is like a tripod. Why is that? Now let's take a look at my tripod here. We call it tripod because of the three legs that it has, and it is the three legs that enable it to stand stably and securely, right? The main idea here is stability and balance. This is another tripod that I have. One of the leg is missing, so therefore this tripod cannot stand on its own. It cannot stand at all. Okay, forget about tripod. Let's talk about English. Bear in mind, in order to produce a good piece of writing, you need to have three elements that are equally strong, just like the legs of a tripod. In other words, you need three elements to produce a well-balanced writing. What are the three elements? The three elements are: number one, follow instruction or following instruction; number two, the ability to use accurate language; and number three, the ability to use creativity. Okay, boys and girls, what is exam? Exam is actually a test to see how well you can follow instruction. That is why if you look at the question booklet, you can see lots and lots of instruction. Okay, for example, on the front page, this question consists of two sections, section A and section B. Answer both sections. Your answer must be written in the question in the answer booklet. Your answer must be written in the answer booklet. If spaces in the booklet are insufficient, please request for additional answer sheets from the invigilator. So those are instructions. But for the questions inside the question booklet, for every question given, there's a number of words used, or there are several sentences used. And if you look at the sentences, there are words that you need to highlight because the words are important. Trust me, highlighting in reading the question is super important. Okay, these are the tools that you can use to highlight. Highlighters. Okay, if you don't have highlighters, you can also use pen or red pen, anything that you can use to highlight the points or the important words. Okay, now let us study the question and see what we should highlight. Okay, this is the question taken from the directed writing section. Okay, you are the president of the science club of your school. Your club members have taken part in future scientist competition held recently. You have been asked by your teacher to give your speech about the club's achievement in the competition during the school assembly. Use the information below to write your speech. Okay, what must you highlight? First of all, president. Okay, to make you aware that you are the president. Okay, in this speech, you act like a president. All right. Secondly, speech. The word speech has already been bold, but you still highlight it to make it more outstanding. And then the club's achievement, the phrase club achievements, to remind you that the whole text is about club achievement. Right? So in addition, this one is taken from continuous writing section. Online learning makes the students more interested to learn. How far do you agree, and explain why? What must we highlight here? The phrase online learning, the phrase more interested, the phrase how far, and the word why. Okay, you can also jot down notes to make you more aware of the requirement. Okay, online learning refers to, okay, you have to explain what online learning is, and more interested refers to the situation. How far is the degree of your agreement or disagreement? Do you agree totally, partially, or not agreeing at all? Why refers to the reasons for agreeing or disagreeing, right? So what you have in mind is that I have to decide whether online learning is a good idea. Then I have to give reasons for my agree or disagreement. Alright, in addition, we also have from novel section, paper 2, with close reference to the text, write about a character who has to struggle to achieve his or her dream. Write about an important decision made by one of the characters in the novel with close reference to the text. Explain how it affects the character. Okay, we highlight a character. and we also highlight the article a to make you aware that we are talking about one single character. It cannot be more than one only. All right, and we are talking about dream, right? The second one, we are talking about decision made by one of the characters, not two, not three, but one of the characters in the novel. And finally, how it affects the character. So we are talking about the effects. Okay, so for the first one, this is what you have in mind. I have to choose one character. First of all, you have to choose one character, and I have to describe how he or she struggles to achieve the dream. And then next, this is what you have in mind. I have to choose one decision made by one character and then describe the effects of the decision on her. So the decision is singular, character is also singular, the effects can be plural. So this is how highlighting and jotting down notes can help you to be more aware of the requirement of the question. In short, highlighting helps to follow instruction. Highlighting helps us to follow instruction. In brief, when you read the question, consider yourself as a special agent that has to accomplish a mission, just like in movies. Now that you have already fulfilled the first requirement, let us go to the second one: how to use language accurately, or how to use accurate language. The language that we use, English, has its own rules and system. Yes, we call it grammar. Well, grammar alone is a very long discussion. There are too many topics inside it. Well, briefly speaking, among the topics in grammar that you must master in order to produce a good piece of writing are tenses, subject-verb agreement, singular and plural, adjectives and adverbs, gerunds and infinitives, and so on. Sorry, it sounds a bit technical, but we are actually using it in our daily life. So when writing, make sure that the grammar rules are followed throughout the text. In addition to grammar, you also need to have a rich vocabulary. The more words you have in your store, the more things that you can use. Just like a chef, the more things you have in the refrigerator, the more dishes that you can cook. Now that you have already followed instruction and then you have already used the language accurately, do you think that is enough? Yes, almost. Now, in order to make it more perfect, let us include the last one, or the third one, which is creativity. The first two, following instruction and accurate language, make the essay correct. But element number 3, creativity, makes the writing beautiful and interesting. Creativity can be seen in so many aspects in our life, in music, in movies, fashion, food, and so on. Now we are applying creativity in writing. In expressing our ideas, we can either express it straightly or we can use certain creativity elements. We have so many devices that enable us to be creative. For example, we have idioms, proverbs, simile, metaphor, hyperbole, personification, oxymoron, and etc. Again, sorry that sounds very bombastic or technical, but if you take some time to master them, inshallah, you will find that writing is more fun and you can also show off your creativity. So those are the 3 elements that contribute to excellent piece of writing, especially in exam. So you all write for marks, don't you? Yes, of course you do. So what if one of the element is missing? For example, the first case, creativity is shown, language is accurate, but instruction is not followed. The result is thus not fulfilled. Second case, creativity is shown, instruction is followed, but language is not accurate. The result is the whole text is not grammatical. And the third case, the language is accurate, the instruction is followed, but there's no creativity seen. The result is the text is dry and dull, and all cases will result in marks be affected. So before we end this video, let's have a quick recap. In order to produce an excellent piece of writing, you need to have 3 elements, just like the 3 legs of a tripod. The first one, you have to follow instruction. Secondly, you have to use language accurately. And number 3, you have to show creativity. Okay, that is all from me. I have to stop now. Now I think I have to do some online shopping. I think it's about time for me to get a new tripod. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing, and good luck in your studies. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and bye bye.